The US-Iran standoff is still on a knife's edge. The Iranian military sharpening its rhetoric in recent days, saying it built an entire new targeting list for energy infrastructure of its Gulf partners. Meanwhile, the B-1 and B-52 bombers are working overtime on training missions right in Fairford, England, with a lot of new reports and images showing them blasting off for training missions, potentially preparing for new target list of their own. On Iran's target list, there are major oil fields at refineries in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, all the key US allies in the area that host American bases. Tehran warned that any use of their territory against Iran would mean goodbye to their oil production across the region, entire region actually, and IRGC is trying to stay put on all of this, and they have said that they are in the driver's seat, and that's exactly what we have seen from Iranian military. I will discuss all of this in more details and other topics. If you're not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing, hit the like, share, and leave a comment. We know that Iran did not meet US Mossad agents Kushner and Witkoff, and they have left Islamabad. It was such a insult, such a mockery of United States government. But before that happened, this is what Caroline Levitt, Levitt the liar, had to say. Take a listen.
So can you confirm that Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff are headed to Islamabad to meet with the foreign minister Araghchi?
Well, thank you, John, for having me. It's great to be with you, as always. And yes, I can confirm Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be off to Pakistan again tomorrow morning to engage in talks, direct talks, intermediated by the Pakistanis, who have been incredible friends and mediators throughout this entire process, with representatives from the Iranian delegation. Look, the Iranians reached out, as the president called on them to do, and asked for this in-person conversation. So the president is dispatching Steve and Jared to go hear what they have to say. And we're hopeful that it will be a productive conversation and hopefully move the ball forward towards a deal.
The ball hopefully did not move forward. Like Caroline Levitt was like, yeah, we're going to Islamabad, we're going to Pakistan, we're going to make a good deal. This is such a great news for United States of Israel. And the next thing you see, Abbas Araghchi leaving Islamabad, leaving Pakistan, showing the middle finger to Caroline Levitt and also to Trump. I mean, this is this is for the first time ever I have really seen how United States government administration and the entire country really, this is looking so bad on America, quite honestly. I've never seen something like this before. This is the first time such an insult was broadcasted on their own TV, Fox News.
You probably heard that we canceled the trip. We have all the cards. We're not going to spend 15 hours in airplanes all the time going back and forth to be giving a document that was not good enough. And so we'll deal by telephone, and they can call us anytime they want. Again, we have all the cards. They have no military left, practically. They have no leaders left. We don't know who the leaders are. Nobody knows who the leaders are. I don't think they know who the leaders are, very importantly. So you saw that. You probably heard that
You probably heard that we have canceled the flight back to Islamabad. Pakistan is 15 hours too long for J.D. Vance, for Jared Kushner, for Steve Witkoff just to sit in the aeroplane and doing nothing. No, they can do a lot of things. It is not the flight hours, you moron in chief. He just canceled it because he was told by Iran, we are never going to talk to you. What do you think we're gonna do in Pakistan sitting with you? You will give our location. We will compromise our location to Mossad, because these are Mossad agents, and then next thing we know, Israel will try to kill us. That's what he said over and over again, Donald Trump, that we have killed the regime of Iran. So why would Abbas Araghchi put his life at risk? Agreeing to U.S. negotiation, agreeing to sit down with United States diplomats is like a suicide. Because the moment you sit with them, they share. J.D. Vance tweets Netanyahu and he reports to him every single minute. So he will be like, hey, Netanyahu, Mossad, tell Mossad that we are here. We will leave, and then Abbas Araghchi will leave maybe half an hour earlier or later, and he will be in this place after the meeting. So yeah, you have him on your target. So kill him. This is literally what had happened twice in the past. Literally. So why would they sit down? No, it's not the flight hours, 15 hours, Donald Trump. We have all the cards. You have zero. You have zero card. Nothing. You have nothing left. They have completely decimated you. The reason why people don't trust Donald Trump is because of this.
There's also been reports that Trump was, in fact, intentionally excluded from the Situation Room during the recent critical operation in Iran to rescue US airmen there. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump was in such a volatile state that, I quote, he spent hours screaming at aides in the West Wing. Military officials made the call to limit his access and update him only when needed on the phone. So whilst we don't have proof of verified nuclear strike intent, there does seem to be a gap here between the US president's rhetoric and the stance taken by his Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I think that's really what has fanned the flames of this story, Sharon.
The only way you can stop Mossad getting information about this whole war situation is by not giving any information to Donald Trump. Mossad may not be getting as much information from CIA, from US military, as they're getting directly from Donald Trump. Finally, I'm very happy to see US military right now, they're very, very kind of like cautious in what they share with the president. Because to me, it looks like after Joe Kent, he resigned, the US military and the entire system is very, very suspicious, especially those who are America first, to share anything with Donald Trump because they do not know what this guy will do with that information. But they have also seen that he will share those information with Netanyahu, with Mossad. And then Mossad will be like, okay, President, you are getting all the information. We are not reaching to a deal. There is no solution to this problem unless you use nukes. So command your military to use nukes against Iran. Or let us do it. It doesn't really matter. They are such an immoral country. The point here is that nobody trusts Donald Trump. Nobody briefs him about the war situation anymore from US military. And this is thanks to Joe Kent. Don't think that Joe Kent did not wake people up. Okay, he did. He did raise the alarm. And it looks like to me working.
If we were to go back to the military campaign and strike what the president's been talking about, bridges, civilian infrastructure, I have to be honest, a guy like Vahidi doesn't care about the Iranian people. He cares about the revenues and the resources for what he would say the revolution, expanding the revolution, the Revolutionary Guards. So where we are, we're in kind of this economic pressure standoff where as the days go on, it will pressure the Iranians, which is why they're saying their condition to get back to talks is you have to lift this blockade, but it also increases pressure on the global economy, particularly in Asia. China, South Korea, Japan, they're very dependent on these oil flows. So it's a predicament. I think we can kind of ride this out for a while, build pressure on the Iranians, try to get back to talks, but let's hope it doesn't go back to the hot war.
Okay, so basically here you have a guest on CNN. He's a military analyst. He's saying that all of these sanctions, all of this bullying behavior is not working. He's saying, let's hope things will change for United States betterment. But at the same time, he knows these are all useless policies by Donald Trump. Iran, China, all of these countries are doing absolutely fantastic except the United States and its economy. So even now, people in the States, for the most part, they are realizing his failed policies.
Sir, would you use a nuclear weapon against Iran? You posted on Truth Social a few weeks ago.
We don't need it. Why do I need it? Why would a stupid question like that be asked?
Why
would I use a nuclear weapon when we've totally, in a very conventional way, decimated them without it? No, I wouldn't use it.
I will not use nuclear weapon. Can you trust anything he says? Of course not. Of course he will use nuclear weapon. The moment Netanyahu will tell him, hey, Trump, what's going on? Guess what? I'm going to be leaking some of these Epstein files. But hey, you have an off-ramp here. You didn't have one with Iran, but you have an off-ramp here. You nuke Iran, or you let us do it. Give us one nuke, even though they have many, 100 at least. But he will not have any problem using American nukes and then blaming it on America. Sorry about that. hey, Donald Trump, United States is responsible. They dropped 2 in Japan. Now they dropped 1 on Iran. That's how Zionists work. Even the U.S. military, they are saying that no. For example, Colonel Douglas McGregor, he said that Israel will use nuke, not United States, but it will convince the United States. I don't buy that story. I believe it is possible that Israel will use American nukes so that they can blame it on United States, on Trump. They don't have to take any responsibility. But guys, these B-1, B-2 bombers, they're training, they're working overtime to target Iranian military establishments, civilian infrastructure, nuclear program. At the same time, Iran is responding to all of this by telling Donald Trump, hey, F your negotiation, come and fight us. And that's why Abbas Araghchi, he left Pakistan without meeting 2 Mossad agents, Kushner and Witkoff. See you in the next video. Subscribe for more videos.